I used to burn coal, like coal skill. And I'm a professional coal burner. I know for those coal skills.
Before you tell me about that profession that you have, before you tell me about your coal burning, before you tell me that, guys, if you're not following me right now, please hit the follow button and follow me right now. If you're not sharing this conversation, share it as well. This is a testimony that you have to hear. I know Ioctane is constantly encouraging and motivating persons. People say a different side of the bad boy. Yeah, but he does have this aspect of it. And I want as many persons to be encouraged as possible. Just share the conversation, like it, and also follow me if you're not following me as well. Most of the things that he's talking about right now is also in my books. My book, Planted But Needed Water. You sure you not read it? You not read it? You sure? You sure you not read it?
I need where it's available on Amazon, right?
Yeah, man, it's available on Amazon. And speaking of Amazon, you can also get the Mood album on Amazon as well.
I'm gonna buy it off Amazon.
Yeah, you can also get the Mood album that he's talking about. It's also available on Amazon, so you can also do that. So Ioctane, you talk about you as an entrepreneur would talk about commercial worker. Can't say Higla anymore, right?
yeah. But you can't say
and you talk about coal.
Yeah, man, coal. Me a professional coal burner. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by professional coal burner? What do you mean by that?
Coal, like charcoal you burn and cook pan. Like when you see the moment go to the bush and chop the board, the tree, them and thing, and I can do that like professionally. I can do that. You know what I mean? I can mix concrete. I can carry buckets to make me. You know, when me I do construction now, like in construction and in housing and these things, and one day me just go up on one of my construction site, them and I mix cement, and them I say, yo, Glow boss, you know for them thing, and I say, but no, not suffer like me. You know, suffer like me, but because part was I start to glorify my sufferation because I start to have different venom in my vein. Give me a different venom, you know what I mean?
I like that.
And what if you learn to survive in the valley, because on the peak you're the most vulnerable person. What you learn in the valley, people don't understand about ebb and flow, and people don't understand about and accelerate and decelerate and how important it is. That's why you have highs and lows in life. But when you're at the lowest form in life and people ridicule that, it's the things that you learn in the valley is what you're gonna use to survive when you're at the peak. Because any building right now, the Miami, I look out on the tallest building, I can see every light on the peak, but I can't see nothing on the roof. I can't see nothing at the root of the foot at the building. I can't identify it. I can't see car move, but I can tell us there's a light up there and I see a person up there. So, you know, the higher the monkey climb, the more vulnerable the monkey is or her to seen and to being hurt. So what you learn in the valley is what you're gonna use to survive when you're on the top. And I started to love poverty. I started to love it like this is molding me into something that is different. You know, I don't smoke, I don't drink, but I've been around every single one of my friends. Them do these things, and it's not something bad, but and it's something that I couldn't do. You know, like my mother did that, and my father did that, and me I grew myself like that. So I could do anything at any time.
Right.
Understand? When my mother at home, that's different. But when she gone, we could do anything at any time. Yeah. I was always out on the street. Everybody I drink, everybody I smoke. That wasn't like the Almighty was saying that me a better purpose for you. Don't sile your temple. You know what I mean? Don't take up no alcohol. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I've been exposed to a lot of things. Me exposed to gun, me exposed to criminal activities. One time me bad, like me real bad. Now criminal activities, gunshot, want kill man want kill me. All type of things me involved in, and I get to understand say things that you speak over your life, like, and although I was doing those things, it wasn't me, like somebody in a third person. I say, yo, all right then. So for instance then, if a robbery should go on or somebody should get hurt or I was always the one like, say a man violate one of my friend them, but you see, my friend them see him brother and them I say, yo, him, we'll kill him today. I say, me always like, yo, no man. Because remember your brother go school, I love a man kill. Me always show them from a different angle and them I say, yo, Johnny, you know, eat.
Alright, so
yeah, them I say you always a ray, but me I say, but by right, the man with this you him we should deal with. Load the youth then do we know. So I was always there to set these things, although if the person was there that we want to see would get hurt. You know, but I was always there, like some revelation was always there with me from the initial stage, and even when I overlook it, it was always there. I was always the one like with a split justice or to look into it from a different perspective.
Right, right.
And then we find out, say, yo, them thing are not really like your thing, you know. But you start to become a product of your environment. So grow up in the community. I grew up in the community now, and Sandy Bay Klein, I grew up in the community. There people in Sandy Bay who can tell if them up on their life. So I grew up poor. I grew up a place named Roswell Road. My yard was the chuck, like everybody walked through my yard, two road. To the front road or the road, the back road, the front road. So my yard like the chuck where everybody walked through. And it's the only yard in a fence round at the time. So it's open, so people walk through it. Zane and people can tell you, it's the only yard we don't have current. So a lamp we use, lamp with kerosene oil, and we have outdoor kitchen and
outdoor toilet. Outdoor toilet.
Yeah.
If you have any toilets.
I can remember one time the toilet don't work for 1 year straight. I remember the main road and near, and every time we go toilet, every time we bend down and take off my clothes, we go toilet, people on the bus them pass and I see me up defecate.
And thank God there was no phone.
Yeah, because this is how me grow. This is how me grow.
Yeah.
Grow. But after me done use the toilet, I use newspaper, like newspaper. Me not have no tissue, me not have none of these things. A newspaper, or stone, or bush. Yes, them life them live. You understand? So
yeah.
I live rough life, man. Very, very, very rough. But what it do on the other hand, on the flip side of the kind, it mold me into a more rounded person, a more family-oriented person. That's I love my brother them, and I love my one sister. So at the time, from my mother's side, because I have other sisters from my father's side and brothers, but from my mother's side. So and it make me every little effort my mother make it is imperative to me to make sure that me capitalize on it, because my mother not have it, we not have no TV. Remember, you know, up to now, how me emotionally scared up to now, even when me rich and get millionaire and turn star and everywhere in the world, and me can dip on 46th floor now, and me there above Miami, me look out and me have one condo and car park this and me can do anything at my finger snap, a mini Ioctane. Don't celebrate birthdays because I don't have it.
Ioctane, I lost you. You gotta refresh and come again.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Yeah, you were saying despite of the fact that with all your achievements.
Yeah, I still don't celebrate birthdays because I don't have birthdays.
What do you mean?
Work from birthdays. I don't have birthdays. I don't know what it is. Like I don't celebrate it. I don't get gifts. I don't celebrate it. It's the norm for me growing up for years. You know, I can remember my mother just give one birthday party, and we'd have a little picture. I'm a cherished that picture there for years till the picture rub out. And from that, I have them something, I celebrate these things. So when my boss, I make sure that I work every single birthday because I don't want to remember those things, because these things is emotionally scared things where we just put the band-aid over the wound, but it's not just. So once some bunks on the band-aid, it hurt, you know what I mean? Because you never really get proper therapy for it. So we hide these things, we hide emotionally these things, and when we're growing up as male, you can't express yourself, you can't vent, you can't cry. When I grew up, if you cry, a man say, I wanted a fish, hey boy, you're a man, you know, I want a fish, hey boy, you're an idiot. So you're growing up, if you cry, man will say you're a fish. If you do this, man will say you're a girl. So you have to hide your emotions. And when you hide the emotions as boy, you know, then you become this rough, hardcore, no humanitarian skills, no remorse, none of these things, because you grew up not to shed tears, you grew up not to express yourself. A woman alone express themselves. And this is how we grow. And you know what I mean? And if you act too, if you cry you're a girl and this, that, so you don't want them think they're forward, because you still want to keep your reputation amongst the community, because you're not a father and mother grow you. So the community where I grow you have to keep that rugged reputation. And
because at the time that was your support system. The community was your support system at the time.
And that ruined boy kids, because that's why we have so much female crime, like man a kill woman and these things, because this is how the boy pity them grew up in Jamaica, not to express themselves. And just like me, not to express myself. So I understand. Every time I go on a forum and a man kill a woman, I go up on the forum, them I say, yo, them man are wicked. And I say, these individuals, the crime is wicked. But these individuals are broken individuals. Broken. Majority of them man where you see we kill woman, them are broken individuals. And the soundtrack of them existence is their wealth, is where them work and get. That's the only time people start to love you. So when a woman go into the man's life and violate, that is what is the soundtrack of his existence. He have no way to act. He not have no other way to act it out.
Yeah.
And I've been through that. I've been through that where nobody not like me. That my little peers then. Nobody not sister me great. Nobody not comment me. Nobody not read. Nobody not that. I was always put at the back of the line. All right. When I go into school.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you to tell me about that part. I'm glad you mentioned it.
When I was going to
school. Yeah.
When I was going to school, the first ticket I get in my book is my friend. My friend write it for me, and from that day, I'm named Clive. From that day until now,
you call him Tiki.
I love that youth. I do anything for that youth. The first ticket I get in my book. Because when I went to the school late. So the kids that was much advanced than me. So every time I do the first work, I get it wrong. I don't understand it. I don't breath about these things.
Right.
And then I do it again second time I get it wrong. And the third time he said to me, yo, if I get it wrong again, teacher will beat you, you know. All right, let me do it for you. And the first time I see a tick in my book, it was him.
Oh.
And the teacher put me down for the first 2 times, and then the third time when we get the ticket, teacher was like, oh, I was coming to conk you in the head, you know. But you did well today, man. So from that time, it's like growing up to a great period of my life. When me lose, me fall in depression. Because me still hear the teacher say, yo, me a conk in the head, you know. Because me never get the wind of it if I lose and become a better winner. From the initial stage, I was put on the battlefield to win, and I never know how to win. And because it's because of another person's support, that's why I win. And although I get the ticket, I still never understand the work. So the teacher feel like I know it. So the next work when I get it, I will be harder, and that is more pressure on me. So after my triumphant, I get over that. That is basic school, and then I went to primary school, all age primary in one. And when I went there, and then I passed, and I go to high school. And when I went to high school, but before I reach high school, in my class, I never participate, not at all. But I always in the top 3. And majority of the time, I could have come first. But I never want to come first because I never want the spotlight because I see where prefect and monitors get and head boy and head girl. Me never confident enough to stand up in front of the student about being a head boy or a head girl is how you're supposed to show. I know every single thing, how to say it, what to write, how to word it, but I have that confidence in myself because I've been beat down by the community like you're nothing. I've been beat down red. The only time, majority of the time then when we stand out is in sport. Because I could have play football good. Or I can do track and field. You know, so when me doing these things, I feel like I just want to do it all day because then now I become the center of attraction. And everybody was like, yo, me your body no man, I have to play on my side. So you hear these great compliments. So you don't want the day for end. You don't want the day for end. So this is what. So when we in class now, if teacher do have to point on me, me get the answer right. And then sometimes I just say the wrong answer, knowing the right thing because I don't want she to point for me. Because whenever she point for me, I stand up, it's like me zone out. It's like I can hear the kids them laugh like, yo, I'm going to fail. So failure was like an anxiety patch for me growing up, you know what I mean? Because me born I fail. Me born see myself I fail. So anyway, I used to in the class. I used to deliberately come third, or deliberately come fourth, or deliberately come in at the top 10 because I don't want the person that will copy out of my book and the person that will give the answer come first. And I must say, me or why this you in the class, you know? I mean, yeah, man. But I never have the confidence to lead until I meet up a thing when you music. When I meet up a thing when you music, I start not the next time I start midnight not class and nobody else can do music but me. So I find something where I'm not a competition. I don't have a competition in, so that becomes a soundtrack of my existence. I can use that to alleviate myself and stress. So although my shoes not clean, my shoes not cool, and my pants not cool, whenever I start a DJ, even the girls them will never